Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint Artist. I'm going to do my makeup and I'm going to talk about these releases that are now closing out early. So here's the deal. These 5 colors here, Pink Lemonade, Cotton Candy, Rosewood, Renaissance, and Maui, are only available until the end of May. We are getting our summer colors early, so these are closing out early. They're not going to be available in June. So I'm going to talk about my favorites and I'm going to talk about the ones that I really don't love. This right here is the Love Is Never Wasted collection. This is Suede Lip Liner and Sadie Lip and Cheek. It is a gloss. The deal with this is these are both always available, but in a collection for a discount, you can get them this month and it helps out families of foster care. This right here is Wildflower. It's a lip and cheek, very similar to Taffy, a great under eye corrector, which is what I'll use today. And this one is available while supplies last. So it will be available in June if supplies are available. So I'm gonna do my makeup and we're gonna play with these colors because by far, hands down, with the shades of the month last year and the shades of the season this year, this has been my favorite collection. I think they're almost all good. There's one color I just don't like to recommend, but I'm gonna try something that I just learned today. So let's get her started. This is my makeup, cream-based 3D foundation. If you want a color match, send me your face. That's all I need. It's super easy. I'm going to be taking a little bit of Mango. Mango is a darker shade than my skin tone. You can tell just by looking at it. And I'm gonna use this to just camouflage my darkness on my cheeks. I have acne scarring and it's just been extra deep lately. I don't know if it's because I've been working out a little bit more and things are more on the surface. It's just a little extra. I'm using the powder brush. I've been loving this end, and so I'm gonna do my makeup with it. I'm going into Athens next. This is my main highlight, and I really only put this down here. It just evens out the discoloration that I have on my skin. This is the only place you need it. If you're putting your main highlight on your forehead, I strongly say try not. I'm not saying that what you're doing is wrong, but I think it can make your face look brighter. I think it's less product. And you don't need it. You're already combining your brightening and contour up there already over top of it. I think you can get away with skipping it, and then it makes your tin last a little longer. Again, it's less makeup on your face. Not that I put much on here. So I'm just gonna put this up. Oh, I haven't used I'm gonna dip into my suede. I am going to just bring this up onto my discoloration. So I put Mango on to cover it. If you're ever coloring a blemish or scarring, you want something dark, a skosh darker than your actual main highlight. Otherwise it can texturize it. And we don't want to do that, do we? No. All right, I'm gonna grab the blend brush and I'm gonna get into my limited edition palette I created here. And I'm gonna use the fluffy end and I'm gonna go into Suede. Right here, going into Suede. And this I use to camouflage. This is why the collection it saves you a little bit of money. My computer's broken and I'm using my phone, so I can't tell you the price difference right now, but there is a price break when you buy the collection, and Sadie's a beautiful lip color. Look at that, it just camouflages. It's a great underpainting too, so it really helps with extra contouring boost. It's like a contour booster, but I like to camouflage my hyperpigmentation, or if you have freckling and you kind of want to just camouflage it. I love Suede. It's beautiful as a contour. I've used Suede as a contour before and I did love it. I just like mine a bit punchier because I don't have dark skin, but it's a bit too dark to use for the look I like. Okay, so that is Suede lip liner. So great for hiding hyperpigmentation of any sort. All right, I'm gonna take my blend brush a little bit more and I'm just gonna bring that main highlight up just a little bit. I like using dense colors like Suede because it stays and it grabs my makeup on and it keeps it where it needs to be. All right, I'm gonna go back to my powder brush and I'm gonna grab just a little bit of brightening. I'm using White Peach and I heard a horn. I'm going to put it between my brows and over, okay? Between the brows and over, down the nose. This one's not super pop bright. See how it widens the nose? This is what's nice. When you put something light on, it brings things out. And then when you add shadowing, it pulls it back in. So I just brightened and it widened a little bit. But I'm just gonna brighten my forehead, hit that Cupid's bow because it's pretty. And we're gonna get into contouring. I don't know why I was looking at the other one. All right, going into olive. That's a color I really, really love. And I'm going to go on this side of my forehead and I just sweep it back and forth really lightly. And then I just flick it up into the hairline. And that's nice. Not contoured, contoured. It's just a touch of a difference, just a touch. So I sweep it up across the top. I don't have a super big forehead, so I just keep it up and keep it out this way more. And then I just connect it in the middle. And then I'm just gonna take that brightening and pull it up and merge it. It's covered, it's even, it's dimensional. It's not needed to have a main highlight up there. It's just good. This hair, I'm not a fan. Okay, I'm gonna use my fingers. I'm gonna take that lightness we brought out and we're gonna push it back in by just adding a little bit of contour right here. Look at that, bringing it down, and I'm squaring off the tip. That's how I like my nose. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna stamp up and down the side. I'm gonna push up right there towards my brows. You just want your shadow to follow its natural path. And then I'm gonna bridge it together. I really like to focus my blending on the sides first and then bridge it together. And then you can take just any pointy-ish brush, so that has an edge right there. I'm gonna grab a little bit of brightening. We're just gonna go right down the middle. Straightens it out. That's if you have a bumpy nose, if you have a crooked nose, that's what you can do. All right, grabbing a little more contour, we're gonna press up above this shadow. We're just gonna hit that back end of the cheekbone, like that. And you just want this to be under blended. That's it. And then we'll be able to get into our limited editions. I'm gonna try all kinds of different ways. I typically use Frenchie for my under eyes. Wildflower, if you got it and it's not your jam for your cheeks, it's really pretty under your eyes to correct and brighten. That's what I think. So that's it. Ooh, I want some bronzer. Who doesn't, right? Right. Okay, so just grabbing a little Bella bronzer. We're gonna hit it here. I don't go crazy with my Bella bronzer. It's not quite summertime for me yet. So I haven't gotten any summer tan. So I just add a touch of warmth. Not a whole lot. I mean, that's a pretty small little dip. But I just go above that contour, drape it up and connect it to that top dot. And that's it. Super easy. Boom. All right. I don't know what brush I'm going to use for this next part. All right, so we're going to get into these colors. Wildflower is a really pretty lip color. I'm going to use Suede to contour my lips instead of my contour itself. It's really nice. We're just going to smash this into a soul patch under your lip. You don't have to be fancy. I don't recommend going all the way around like some artists do. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't have super full lips. I have fairly thin lips, especially on the top. And going all the way around just ends up making them look dirty because they don't have that definition of those big full lips. So I don't do it that way. I'm gonna take cotton candy. I'm using the small end of the blend brush and I'm going around the outside. You can see how it's a bit lighter now. I haven't blended it out, but it creates a pout, okay? It's creating a pout. This is giving the illusion that my lip is curling, and so it's gonna look fuller, but out here, it gives it that push of a pout, but it also creates a contrast of having something lighter. Who knew? All right, I'm going to also use, okay, I'm gonna use Wildflower as my cheek. I wanna do my cheeks first because sometimes I bring it up a little too high and I need my brightening to push it back down. I am going to use Wildflower the way that I use Frenchie. So I'm gonna press this on my finger. It is a satin finish. I'm gonna go right here on the apples of my cheeks, right here with Wildflower. Now this one again is not ending at the end of the month. It is while supplies last. So if you're looking to get any of the limited editions that are going away, just grab Wildflower while you're at it in the collection. I think you get away with buying all of them and happy. Cotton candy's the hard one for me though. That one's a little tough for me. All right, cheek color. I had somebody ask me if I could use Renaissance as my cheek. I cannot. It really grabs at my discoloration and it pulls it through. So I cannot, but it's my favorite lip liner. All right, so I'm gonna go in with Rosewood. Do I wanna do Rosewood? I mean, it's nice and bright out. Gosh, I'm so torn. I've been loving rosewood. Or do I want pink lemonade? I'm gonna do one of each. Okay, so keeping wildflower on each cheek, we're gonna take rosewood over here. Okay, it's giving two different looks. It's gonna give two different looks. The pink lemonade is very pink and it's very summery. It's like a Barbie doll pink. Very different looks. I'm gonna grab my blush and bronzer brush. This is my favorite blush blending brush. I'm gonna go into that pink first, grabbing it, and I'm blending that out first, and then I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna bring it down to wildflower. And look at how pretty that is. I like two color cheek colors, and I like using something light like Frenchie or Wildflower or Saint Tropez or Madrid on the apples because it keeps my discoloration from pulling through, but it also just ombres really nicely. I take my fluffy end and I just grab any excess I don't like. All right, let's do this side. This is rosewood. We're just gonna tap into rosewood, and then I'm smiling again. I'm going into that wildflower. Just like that. And it's so, I like this one. It's just a bit warmer, whereas this is a bit brighter. You can absolutely punch this up by adding more. It's pretty. Both are very, very, very pretty. All right, I'm gonna do something. Okay, so there's two ways to do your under eyes, okay? You can take wildflower. I'm not gonna use cotton candy on this because I feel like it texturizes my under eye. I am gonna grab a little bit of balm. I always forget this, and it's my new favorite thing, and I always forget it because it's not my norm. Grabbing a little balm on my finger here. It's on my middle finger, and I'm going to, sorry about that. I'm gonna press this, and I'm tapping it. I want this light, but I'm putting this on the inner part. This is where I get textury, but just go under your eye on that soft tissue. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Too much product is gonna crepe and it's going to texturize your under eye. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, but adding this balm makes things glide so well. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of wildflower, and under this eye, I'm gonna go up on this inner corner like I do with Frenchie. Okay, just turns it a shade of pink. That's okay, it's canceled out the darkness. All right, next I'm going to take my brightening, which is white peach right now, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna press this up into that inner corner, and I'm gonna do it right here. I'm gonna go over it over here. I'm gonna do the same thing, you'll see. And you kind of might get two looks. I've never done it side by side before. I'm gonna take that wildflower right here in the middle. We're gonna see how this compares. I'm gonna use the blend brush. This is my favorite brush. I'm gonna start here. I always start blending right here onto the orbital, on the top of the cheek, with this under the soft tissue. And I'm gonna blend it and tap over it. And then I'm gonna bring it across that orbital, grab it where I put it out here on the outer corner. I'm having hard times with words today, and I feel like I'm running out of time. And I'm just gonna pop this up. My alarm may go off and I might have to hit re-record, but I won't touch my makeup up in between. We'll see, but that's so nice. It cancels it out, looks nice and bright. My problem with wildflower being used is it's not always available. That's my only whatever about it. Okay, so over here, I just put white peach, and wildflower, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I start down here and I bring it up and I'm just tapping. I don't like to make a lot of movement with my skin, but I'm going out here next, and then I'm gonna combine it with that wildflower. So this is gonna give a bit of a different look. It's a little more pink, but it's still, it doesn't look bad. Does not look bad. It's whatever look you want to go for, but wildflower is a great corrector under your eye, and that's what I'll think about that. All right, so next, let's grab a lip. I'm gonna stay with the blend brush because it's great for illuminators and whatnot. All right, here's the deal. Sadie's a great lip color if you want it a very neutral, nude-ish, because nude is relative based off your skin tone. This is a great, I'm gonna use my finger, great illuminator. Just creates a little dewy sheen. It's a J-Lo glow kind of sheen. You could do the same thing with Maui. It has a more pinky tone to it, but it creates just a little dewy finish, whatever you want. You could also take a brush, fluffy, into the blend brush, grab a little bit of cotton candy, smile, and press that right at the top of where you would shine when you smile with cotton candy, and it'll just create, look at that. It's so, there's things you can do with any of them. I mean, honestly, there's something nice to say about every color here. There's something nice to say. All right, let's line the lips. I'm gonna go in with my multitasker brush. Always, I'm gonna go in on the small end, and I'm gonna grab Renaissance. This has been, hands down, there's no other color in our palettes. There's no other lip and cheeks like Renaissance. I've swatched them, there's not. I'm going to line. I like this one, it's very satin. I would go so far as to say dry, dense. It creates a, okay, sorry. All right, it creates a great barrier if you're worried about lipstick bleeding into your lines. But it can be really nice and deep like this, but this will blend down to something really neutral and nice. Really neutral and nice. All right, Gandhara. It's so hard to not talk. I'm in such a habit of no dead air. All right, there we go. I always fill in right out here, right here. I hear a chainsaw now. Okay. I love pushing this in a bit and making it good and thick. This will last hours. This color lasts longer than all of our other shades. All of our other satin finishes, longer than saffron, longer than sangria, sandstone, whatever color you're putting on, Renaissance will last longer. I'm gonna go into Maui. Down here, it's pink, it's super pretty. Maui looks good on everything, okay? You could top it onto every color. It looks good. It's sheer, it has some sparkle. Look at how nice it just pulls down like that. Okay, I'm gonna go into Sadie next. Okay, Sadie right here, it's neutral. It's very similar to my natural lip color. And I can, two different looks. So pretty, but Renaissance, get it. If you're thinking about getting just one, $50 free shipping. So if you're wanting to build it up, I really want you to get Renaissance. Want you to get Renaissance. If I had to pick between pink lemonade and rosewood, I'd say pick rosewood. There's so many pinks. There's Dahlia, baby watermelon, pink grapefruit. This is very similar. There is a swatching video. If you want to see it, I already made one. I don't have time to swatch it right now. I'm sorry. But it is very similar to Sandstone. It's just more of a burnt brick orange, whereas Sandstone has a bit of a pink undertone. But there are so many pinks like this. And while I do love it, it is very Barbie doll pink. It's so pretty. We've got baby watermelon. We've got pink grapefruit. We've got Dahlia. I mean, if you have one of those, I don't think you need another pink. But I like rosewood over Sandstone personally. It's all personal preference. Do whatever you want. But this is Sandstone. This is pink lemonade. It's whatever you want. I like cotton candy as a little bit of a flush little brightener on the apples. Wildflower if you don't have Frenchie already. But I'm sorry. I really think Renaissance and Maui are the ones to get. Get the collection, Suede, great for hyperpigmentation. Get it with a good gloss top. I mean, it's really hard for me to pick. I wish I could. Don't get cotton candy. Like, get them all, but don't get cotton candy. I'm the wrong one to ask, but I wanted to do a tutorial where I give you my feedback, and my feedback is buy it all. Yeah, buy it all. Buy it all. I don't know. But I thought I could showcase it, and you could make your own judgment based off of what I just did. I'm not helpful. I'm not helpful, but I'm fun. And that's it. All right. I am going to go get my kids from school. I got my Auntie Saurus shirt. I'm controlled fun. That's how I like to look at things. I am controlled fun. We can have fun, but there's going to be rules. So that's it. I need to do some powder. Let's do my powder trick. Grab your powder. I keep two. It's easier to put on a big fluffy brush. And I go out here and bring it in. Look at how cotton candy just, I can't pick. I can't. Buy them all. Buy them all. Sorry, guys. All right, so get them while you can, because if it's after May 2023, they're gone. Ooh, we need some bronzer. We need some neck bronzer. But if you're curious about swatches next to other similar colors, scroll on. There is a video, and it's not that far. I think it's from last week, so it's not that far down the list. There's 200, so I can see why you wouldn't want to, but it's recent. And so go do that to see the swatches. I swatch all of them, and then I swatch them next to colors they're similar to. So that's it. I'm going to spray my mug. Send me your mug. Not your mug shot. I don't have one, but don't do that. But send me your makeup-free picture, and let's get you a palette. We can talk. You can ask me questions about what colors to buy. I'll say buy them all. It's a short conversation. Have a great day.